Chapter 7. Discover the mystery of the covenant chalice. Find God in your heart. After going through trials, you will find a gift, a sense of inner peace, a deeper connection with God, and true understanding. But remember, this gift is not just for you. The parable of the pearl in the shell. A man spent his entire life searching for the most precious treasure, the perfect pearl. He traveled the world, scouring beaches, diving into ocean depths, and examining countless shells. One day, exhausted and discouraged, he sat by the shore and opened an empty shell he had been carrying since the beginning of his journey. To his astonishment, inside shone a pearl, perfect, radiant, and of unparalleled brilliance. He realized that the treasure he had been searching for so desperately had been with him all along. He only needed to open his heart to see it. The father looked at his daughter with tenderness. Sometimes we seek God only outside of ourselves. We rush from one thing to another, from one philosophy to the next, from one place to another. But He has always been in our hearts. We only need to pause, look within, and open the shell. The parable of the temple pillars. A student asked his master, "Where should I look for God?" The master took him to an old temple and pointed to the pillars supporting the structure. "Do you see these pillars?" he asked. "The temple rests upon them, but are they the most important part?" The student shook his head. "No," the master continued. "It is the space between them that allows you to enter and experience the presence of God." The student pondered this. "So, what is unseen is the most important?" The master smiled. "Just as God dwells in your heart, you will not see Him with your eyes, but you can feel His presence in the quiet space between thoughts." The parable of the king and the invisible crown. Long ago, there was a king who longed to discover the secret of eternal happiness. He asked many wise men, but none could answer him. One day, an ascetic came to his court and gave him an invisible crown. "Wear this always, and you will find what you seek," he said. The king was disappointed, but decided to follow the advice. Whenever he felt lost, he placed his hand on his head, as if touching the crown, and remembered the gift he received. After years, he finally understood. True happiness did not come from outside, but from remembering who he truly was. The father looked at his daughter. "When you feel lost, do not seek answers in the world. Just place your hand on your heart. God is always there." The parable of the birds in a cage. A man kept two birds in a golden cage. He fed them, ensured their safety, but never let them out. "You have everything you need," he said. One day, the cage accidentally opened. One bird flew out immediately, rejoicing in its newfound freedom. The other, however, was afraid to leave. Eventually, his brother returned and said, "You have nothing to fear. What seemed like a shelter was actually a prison. Open your wings and fly." When the second bird finally gathered the courage to leave the cage, he too realized that he was always been meant to soar. The father looked at his daughter. God does not want you. Uh, God does not want to keep you in a golden cage of illusion. He opens the doors and says, "Trust me, fly." When you trust him, you'll discover not only that you have wings, but that you were always meant to fly. The parable of the mountain spring. A man dying of thirst climbed to the top of a mountain in search of water. Everywhere was dry. When he had nearly lost all hope, he saw an old man sitting on a rock, laughing. "Why are you searching for water up here?" the old man asked. "The spring flows at the foot of the mountain." "But I passed through there and saw nothing," the man exclaimed. "Because you were looking too far ahead," the old man replied. "The source is where you stand. You only need to stop searching and start drinking." The father looked at his daughter. "God is not so far away. You will find him in your heart, within yourself. You only need to stop, open your heart, and allow his presence to fill you like a living water." My dear, when the hero returns from his journey, he is not the same. Something within him has changed. Not only has he found the elixir of life, the true connection with God, but he has also discovered that he himself is the covenant chalice, sent to unite the divine with the human. Does not mean the journey is over, because this gift is not just for him. If you have a jug full of water, what do you do with it? Do you keep it only for yourself, or do you share it with others? "I share it," the daughter replied. Father smiled. "Exactly. God blesses you with his wise love, not so you can keep it to yourself, but so you can live it and share it with others. Now you know he has always been in your heart, and that is the greatest gift you have received."